Aero is a chocolate product originally introduced to the north of England as the New Chocolate by Rowntree in 1935. By the end of the year, it has proved so popular with consumers that sales were extended throughout the UK. By 1936, the popularity of the chocolate, due no doubt in part to its unique bubbly texture, had extended to New York City, and has since spread to many other countries including Canada, Australia, South Africa and Japan. Aero has been manufactured by Nestlé copyright since 1988. Known for its unique bubbly texture that collapses as the bar melts, it is available in many different forms including Aero bars and Aero biscuits, and originally had a mint flavour. History: the process of manufacture was patented in 1935 by Rowntree in York, England. In 1935, Rowntree launched Aero Mint into the UK, followed by the milk chocolate variation in the 1970s. Wrapping was green and displayed the Rowntree script logo and the large word Aero, along with the slogan "Hold on tight or I'll fly away." Below the Aero name, the words "aerated mint chocolate" were seen multiple times in the word Aero. In the 1970s, an advertisement was aired in which kids flying a kite thought the kite was an Aero bar. Flavors and related products. There are several flavors of Aero. These include the original Aero, mint Aero, caramel Aero, dark chocolate Aero, white chocolate Aero, lat flavor Aero and crispy Aeros. Orange Aeros were sold for a while as well, and larger 100g-sized bars are currently available in some stores. In the 1970s there were also strawberry flavor bars. In the UK, and recently Canada, Aero bubbles are also available. These are small, round chocolates with a bubbly center, available in milk chocolate, mint and orange flavors and a mixture of both. In May 2012, Aero Orange and Aero Bubbles Orange were both introduced in Canada and in the UK as a limited edition. In January 2014, customers in Canada reported on 2 new flavors of Aero Bubble Bars that arrived in shops: a strawberry flavor and a new variation of a caramel Aero. While bars were produced with chocolate and a liquid caramel, the new caramel bubble bar consists of a caramel-flavored white chocolate center with a milk chocolate coating. Japan has produced a number of unique Aero flavors, among them vanilla milkshake, hot milk, green tea and others. They usually consist of a flavored, colored chocolate center and outer milk chocolate layer. Aero Cocoa is also sold in Japan. Released in 2006, the Aero Vanilla Yogurt flavor was released only in Canada. As with all other Aero bars manufactured by Nestlé copyright in Canada and Nicaragua, it is manufactured in a peanut-free facility. In Australia there is also an Aero Temptations bar, which has the bubbly chocolate, but with a caramel topping. In Ireland there was an Irish cream flavour Aero. In 2010 in the UK and 2011 in Ireland, Nestlé copyright modified the ingredients and colouring of the mint Aero Bubbles product. This resulted in the product retaining its mint flavour, but losing its distinctive green bubble interior. This has been explained by Nestlé copyright as being a response to corporate policy to remove food colourings from the product. There has, however, been no indication that the mint Aero chocolate bar is to be modified in the same way. Aero Mint later had its colors derived from a natural source: copper complexes of chlorophylline and curcumin. For the Easter holidays of 2011, 2012 and 2013, Nestlé copyright manufactured an Aero lamb with a peppermint center. In 2012 Nestlé copyright discontinued the traditional speed bump bars and replaced them with Aero bubble bars. Aero Biscuits equals. On May 4, 2011, Nestlé copyright introduced the Aero Biscuit. Aero Biscuit consists of the classic flavor Aero chocolate and round pieces of biscuit. It is currently sold throughout the UK and Ireland, and is also available in Aero Orange and Aero Mint varieties. Distribution: as well as the United Kingdom, its place of creation, the bar is also sold as Aero in Argentina, Australia, Bahrain, Bulgaria, Canada, Colombia, Croatia, the Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Hong Kong, Nicaragua, Ireland, Kuwait, Malta, Mauritius, Portugal, Poland, Serbia, Slovakia, Spain, New Zealand, Japan, South Africa, Ukraine, Saudi Arabia, South Korea and the United Arab Emirates. In Brazil the bar is known as souffleur, in Hungary as Bokai Aero and in the Netherlands as Brothers. Aero enjoys a large market following in South Africa with Aero, Aero Mint, and recently White Aero and Cappuccino Aero. The Aero bar was made available for a short time in the United States by Nestlé copyright during the 1980s, though it seems not to have been a commercial success. However, they are still available at certain specialty vendors or supermarkets such as Big Y and Wegmans that import the bars. Previously the Hershey Company sold Aero bars in the United States under license from Rowntree Chocolate Company from 1937 until 1939. Hershey currently markets a similar bar called Hershey's Air Delight. In Germany the brand Aero is owned by German chocolate brand Trumpf. Unlike the Nestlé copyright Aero bars, the Trumpf Aero bars are solid white or milk chocolate, foamed up with carbon dioxide, and have no filling. The inside also has a different texture. Manufacture: Aero bars are manufactured in nut-free facilities in England and Canada. However, in Australia where they are manufactured, they do have traces of nuts. They are made in a number of discrete stages beginning with deposition of unaerated shell chocolate into the bar molds. A frozen cone shaped to fit into the bar is then pushed down to spread the liquid chocolate into the entire mold and set it. The aerated chocolate is then deposited into the center and the molds are shaken to distribute the chocolate evenly in the cavity. This is then chilled to set the bubbly chocolate in place before a final backing off deposit is created to give the back. The molds are then shaken again to get a flat even back. The molds are specially shaped to ensure that no meniscus is formed on the bottom, which can give the chocolate a scuffed appearance and also cause issues with the machines when they break off and build up. The bars are then chilled again for a longer period. This helps to make the chocolate contract for easier demolding. The molds are then tipped over and hammered to demold the bars, which then go to the packaging section. Slogans: the slogan for Aero in Australia during the 1980s was "It's the bubbles of nothing that make it really something." From the 1999 redesign and Singer's advertising campaign Aero's tagline was "Have you felt the bubbles melt?" This slogan was invented by Nick Welch, an advertiser and the father of Florence Welch of the indie band Florence and the Machine. The slogan in 2011 was "Irresistible," a revival of a 1980s campaign which also featured the word "adorable," and was created by Salman Rushdie, during his time as an advertising copywriter. Marketing and advertising. One commercial involves two women buying the bar from a convenience store and one of the women instructing the other to wait for the bubbles to melt. They both try it and remark to one another, "You feel the bubbles? I love the bubbles." More recently an advert featured American actor Jason Lewis in just a towel explaining how chocolate melts at 37.0 degrees Celsius and that as the bubbles melt it increases the pleasure. A recent commercial from Aero featured skateboarder Bob Burnquist. It consisted of skateboarding through a skate park full of balloons. This advert has become very popular due to its entertainment value and its lack of gender branding. The song used in this advert is Jackson 5's ABC song. Varieties and Flavors: normal, milk chocolate, mint chocolate, orange chocolate, dark chocolate, 2-in-1 milk chocolate shell, white chocolate filling, caramel, Aero bubbles, milk chocolate, mint chocolate, orange chocolate, strawberry milk chocolate, Aero biscuit, milk chocolate, orange chocolate, Aero bubble biscuits, milk chocolate. See also: Mirage, Whisper, list of chocolate bar brands. References. External links: A Brief History of Aero, Nestlé Copyright Aero Bubbles, Aero Hunk Advert, Aero at Nestlé Copyright Global.